everybody, this is Luke from the Smoking Society. We're here with a different kind of video. You can see I'm over here with my Victory pellet grill. A couple of weeks ago I was doing my beef shank, and about 6-7 hours in it stopped working. The motor gave out, Auger stopped feeding pellets, so I reached out to customer service. I got a new motor, they sent me a new fan. The fan still works, the motor doesn't, but since they sent me both parts, we're going to fix both of them. So as you can see, I got it plugged in. Turn it on, turn it, and you can hear like a little banging, the auger trying to turn. And that's actually the first time it's done it since it's broke. Typically it doesn't start at all. So, but we're going to try to take it apart. We're going to try to get it fixed. When the parts came in, we didn't get any instructions. So if anyone has this kind of grill and you guys are trying to figure out how to fix it, what could be wrong with it, hopefully this video helps you out. But since I've never done this myself, it's going to be a shot in the dark, and I'm sure we'll get it eventually. So we're going to start with getting a couple of screws off to try to take this piece out. You can see we got screws right here, here, also on the back. Got a couple of screws here. We got one right there. And then you see the fan in there. That's working. So we're going to try to get to those parts and see how it goes. Alright, so I'll start with the screws and we'll come back to this when I got those off. Alright, so we got the bottom screws out on both sides of the grill. I didn't take the hopper off yet because I'm not sure if I'm going to need to, but I think I won't, because if you look underneath, there's your fan. That looks like it's going to be pretty straightforward to take out. You just got 4 screws over there, and that's going to pop out. Just going to have to connect the cables. The motor, on the other hand, that one I might have to take the hopper out for, because it's screwed into something. It might be on the inside. So we're gonna mess with that. Probably end up taking the hopper off, see what happens from there. Alright, so we took out the other 2 screws, or I should say the other 4, because we took the ones out the back too to get the hopper. Now, problem when trying to remove the hopper is all these were connected, so you couldn't pull it out, all these cables. And unfortunately, you have to disconnect them so you can remove this thing. Once you remove it, you can see there's your motor right there. And it looks like it's being held in there by a small screw and really nothing else. And if you look, that's it right there. This little screw. That's going to slide in there. So, but you either make this a 2-person job, or you disconnect all the wires, and they're zip tied together. So we're gonna have to cut those zip ties, just so we can get this whole thing off. All right, so we got this thing, hopper, sitting on a chair, so I don't have to hold it. Got a small little hex screw, which I don't have a small enough bit for that, so I'm gonna have to use, what is it, 5/16 to get that loose from the bottom. Break the nut loose, and that's going to take a minute because there's not a lot of room here to maneuver. So see how long this takes. Alright, so we're taking a screw out of this thing. You need a 5/16 wrench and a 7/64 Allen. So we're taking that out. Alright. Alright, so now that the screw's out, motor slides right out, and the only thing we're going to have to do is disconnect the red cable from wherever the heck that's connected. Looks like that thing comes out through here somewhere, so start on that next. Alright, got the new motor. We're going to set it in. And we go like this. It's supposed to sit like that. The problem is that the holes don't align. So, see the hole on the motor? Hole on that. When you set the motor in, they don't align. So there's a little screw here. We're going to loosen that. Hopefully it lets us rotate the auger, because right now we can't really move it. So we're going to loosen it up, and then that should, in theory, let us rotate this to line it up with the motor. So. Screw out, and it's still not flipping moving.
It is. It just stuck. It's stuck.
Okay. All right. All right. So we took the screw out over here. We were able to take the white piece out. We took the whole auger out. Cleaned out the pellets from the inside because it was a little jammed. Again, this thing stopped working mid-smoke, so it wouldn't turn. I couldn't get any of the pellets out, and I wasn't about to take this whole thing apart at the time. So now that we got that, we'll put the screw back in. We can move this thing freely to put it where it goes, or where it needs to be. Alright. Still turns. Alright, got our new motor. And there we go. Alright, we got that nut threaded. Screw it back in. Alright, it's good, tight. It's as tight as it goes. Alright. Okay.
It should be
No, we need it tighter.
Alright, go.
Okay. Alright.
Can you go one more? It shouldn't be moving.
Alright, there we go. Alright. Motor's in place. Kind of. I'm going to run some cables through.
Purple.
Alright, with the motor being on, we ran the red wire through to here, like it was supposed to before. Now, we're going to take all the plugs and plug them back in. We're actually not going to change the fan because the fan was working, so we're going to just leave it and see. Even though the fan doesn't look like it would be anywhere near as much of a pain in the ass as the motor. So now we're going to take the plugs, plug them back in. Luckily the colors match, so you got red and one red wire here. You got yellow, and it connects to the yellow right here. So, and then we got black and purple. So we're going to connect these back up, and then we're going to give it a shot, see if it works. Alright. So we didn't screw anything back on. We just plugged in the wires. Just put the hopper kind of loosely back on, just to see if it works. And I got it plugged in. Power on. This up. Fan's working. Auger's turning. You can see. Nice and quiet. It's not making any noise. So should be all right. See? So only took about an hour, not knowing what the hell to do, trying to figure it out, but at least it works. We're gonna throw some food on in a minute, a couple of burgers, and hopefully it'll do the job.
Action.
All right, so we put everything back together. Hopper's back on. Tray on the bottom's attached. We, turned it on. Seemed to be turning. It was running nice and quiet. So hopefully it works now. We took a look at the old motor. Didn't really see anything wrong with it. So we're not really sure why it stopped working. Again, this was in the middle of a long smoke. It was about 7 hours in, and it just gave out. So hopefully it doesn't happen again. But we'll see. That's pretty much it. Give us a like, leave something in the comments, let me know how the video was. This is kind of the first one we've done like this. If you have any other questions that maybe I didn't answer, I didn't show, I'll gladly answer them in the comments. So like, share, subscribe, and stay with us for more stuff from the Smoking Society. Thanks. Follow up to the smoker repair video. We installed the motor. We turned it on, seemed to work good for about the first 5 minutes, and then it took another crap on us. So fortunately the repair was unsuccessful. I don't think it's anything we did. I don't think it's the parts that they sent. I'm almost leaning to there being an issue with the electronics that are there. So it's probably, a board needs to get replaced or something like that. So we reached out to the company. I ended up returning it and getting a new smoker instead, which is a shame because I was really excited for it. I really liked it when it worked. It was good build, seemed good quality. So it could be just a fluke. So I don't want to badmouth it, because it may have just been a one-off, and whoever gets this thing could hopefully has better luck than I did.